Okay, before we leave the diagram of how we dysfunction, now it's dysfunction, not function, there's something that's very important, because for educators to teach their students something, they must have learned it themselves. To guide their students through an experience, they must experience it for themselves. So when we talk about Adventist education, or an educator transforming or guiding their students through this process where they are restored to the image and likeness that God originally created them to be, the educators themselves must have that experience for themselves. Also, an educator has to understand the equipment that God gave us and how that equipment works and how the dynamics of the different parts of the equipment work together. If you had a car that was broken, would you take it to someone who wasn't a mechanic and say, fix it? Or if you had a medical problem, would you just walk to someone up on the sidewalk and say, cut me open and fix it inside, if they didn't know what they were doing? Well, how much more important is it for us as educators to understand the equipment that the child has and how it works, so that we can help to fix or help them to lead them through the process of God restoring their equipment. If we don't know how the machinery works, then we should get our hands off the machinery, because this is God's child. This is a serious work, and so it's important not only for educators to understand how the machinery works, but they need to go through this process of wrestling with themselves. All of us function by comfort level. God is challenging all of us to move out of our comfort level and to reason to principles beyond how we feel, so that we can come to see a bigger picture of God and have our equipment work rightly. And if I'm going through that process of being challenged to stop making choices based on how things feel and start making choices based on how things what's real, then I can help guide someone else as they go through the process, and we're going through the process together. It's not as if we have arrived and I'm telling you how to do it. We're all going through this process together, and we can all help each other go through this process and encourage and assist each other as we grow in this process.
Amen.